block. Got the urge and I just got time keeps ticking, look at the clock. You know, cream so right to the top.
But I am not just any other man. I am not just any other superstar. I am CM Punk, and there is nobody in the world that is better than me. There is nobody in the world that is smarter than me.
I mean, if you're not hype after watching that, then it's a you problem. That's all I have to say. I need to add that to my affirmations going in the morning on a rough day. We now welcome in the best in the world friend of the show, CM Punk. Punk, appreciate you being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's always awesome to be here.
Okay, so first and foremost, I want your thoughts on the WWE Premium Live events coming to ESPN platforms. We're so excited to be in business with the WWE here on ESPN, and that's beginning on September 20th. How excited are you for that?
I'm really excited. You know, like we had a great relationship with Peacock. That's going to continue in the form of Saturday night's main event. But anytime I think you can rub elbows and be on the same platforms, like with ESPN, Netflix, stuff like that, those are just giant household, synonymous brand names, synonymous with excellence, like CM Punk, like WWE. So I think it's going to be a great partnership. Looking forward to it.
So since returning to the WWE in 2023, a couple years ago, you've headlined some of the biggest premium live events. Has this return been everything you've hoped for?
For me, yeah, I think it's been everything that I ever thought the WWE could and should be, behind the scenes and in front of the camera. That's a better question you should ask fans and stuff like that, because ultimately they're my boss, they're our bosses. So I think they could agree. I did some pretty spectacular stuff with Drew McIntyre, and unfortunately, I'm currently still thorn in my side, Seth Rollins, involved in that whole vortex. But we're trying to move on from that. We're trying to get past that.
Oh, not just yet. We're not moving on yet. Because when you win a championship, Punk, in other sports, you can't just lose that title minutes later. But that is what happened at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins. So a few weeks removed, can you please take me through that range of emotions?
Gosh, I think if you go back and you watch it, you can see them all on my face. Got the absolute dog crap beat out of me by Gunther. Not an enjoyable experience. And then you wind up kind of not beating him but surviving Gunther, and now I'm the champion for the first time in 12 years, and I think I made it back to the top of the mountain, and here comes old Tiny Tim limping out on his crutches. Turns out it was all phony. He even lied to his daughter. That's the kind of man I'm dealing with here.
Mm.
And yeah, so you don't really get a chance to blink. Why didn't I just run away? Is a question a lot of people are asking me, and is the simple answer is I don't run away, and I also don't think I could at that point. I was just too exhausted.
Tiny Tim, and he's lying to his daughter. Well, I have something for you, because Seth Rollins was on Get Up, and he said something that I'm sure you'd like to react to. So I want to play that sound for you, Punk.
I faked a serious knee injury for the better part of a month so that I could throw off all of my enemies and sneak in under the radar and cash in my Money in the Bank contract on CM Punk, who had just won the World Heavyweight Championship. There he is. Look at that face. Turn the tide on him. Cashed it in. One stomp to the punker. Lights out. New World Heavyweight Champion. Whether it was him or Gunther, I was taking that title, but I was so excited that it was Punk because it made me feel really, really good to pin his shoulders to the mat and take the title from him.
Punk, the floor is yours.
Yeah, geez, I don't know. When responding to anybody from Idaho who has co-opted the Chicago Bears as their favorite football team, like what can you really say? Seth is somebody that I've known the entirety of his career, and yeah, I could say a lot of nice things about him. I don't really enjoy saying nice things about him. A hell of a competitor. He's the champ for a reason. I've been in his shoes before, cashing in Money in a Bank on somebody who a lot of people, want to see as the champion. And to me, he's just another bump in the road. This is turning into quite the rivalry here.
Mm. Just another bump in the road. I'm glad you brought up the Chicago Bears because that is your hometown and no
Yeah.
one is more beloved there than you. So two angles I want to hit here in sports. Obviously, with Caleb Williams in the Bears, do you expect them to really turn things around this season?
See, like every season, we're knocking on wood, crossing our fingers, and we're praying to George Hallis and Mike Ditka that we're finally going to turn this around. Like the '85 Bears were a team that should have been a dynasty. They should have won two, three Super Bowls. Seems like politics and ownership always seem to get in the way of things. I'm obviously impressed with Caleb Williams. I think he had a rocky first year. I think he'll have a better second year, and they looked pretty unstoppable in preseason against the Bills. But it's preseason; it's all a wash once the regular season starts. Cautiously optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Still want the McCaskies to sell the team.
Mm. Got a new good head coach, though, that's for sure. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about in Chicago, the Bulls just announced that they will retire Derrick Rose's jersey next January. As a Chicago sports fan, what did Rose mean to you and the Shy?
I think people will probably call me crazy, but I think you can draw a lot of parallels to myself and Derrick Rose. Like Mm. WWE obviously isn't based in Chicago, so there's a little bit of a difference there. But like Chicago kid grows up, plays for his franchise team, and I've always looked at anytime we are in Chicago as an organization, like that's my franchise team. Chicago has always shown me such love, the same way we all showed Derrick Rose love. He's a guy that I think represents Chicago, and he's somebody that's great to look up to for little kids in coming up in an environment where they think they may not be able to make it or follow their dreams. They can look to him or me and realize that I'm a kid from Chicago. I can do what they did.